They don't actually take the lead until minute 67, but Pep Guardiola is delighted with Manchester City's 3-1 win over Young Boys Bern. He says, this is some of the best football they've played all season. Does this make sense to you, or is this like Pep saying weird things after games he's won?
A little bit of Pep talk, like bigging this up in a way. However, I thought they were very good on a plastic pitch. We don't have to say it every time, but on a plastic pitch, which should never happen in the Champions League or in any really serious football. At this level, certainly, they created a ton of chances. They could have scored 8 or 9 goals easily. They missed a few. Erling Haaland scored a lovely goal on his weaker foot, top corner too. So there was a lot of positive despite being...
You keep calling it his weaker foot. I just call it his not preferred foot.
Not preferred if you want to. And Young Boys scored a lovely goal to make it 1-1. But even then, Elia with a lovely lob, even then you knew that City would come back and score more and win. So I can see why he was happy.
I get him being happy. Just weird that you go and you big this up as if it was some kind of tremendous performance. But he has a tendency to do that. Bayern went away to Galatasaray 3-1. Jules, they're 3 for 3, and Thomas Tuchel can now concentrate on the league.
Yeah. We talked about how underwhelming United were. Bayern were underwhelming for most of that game as well. And in the end, they win 3-1 because they've got so much quality and talent. Musiala, Kane, Coman, Sané. But collectively, Galatasaray were all over them. They were so good, especially for the first hour or so. And they missed so many chances. And against Bayern, if you don't bury them almost, you know they can always come back. And that's exactly what they did. But I felt a bit for Galatasaray. It's a good win for Bayern. It's 3-3. You're right. In the league, they've got a lot of work to do too. But I felt for Gala because I thought they played really well.
And what about Maurito's penalty? Come on, man.
He missed a penalty United in the previous match.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
This time he's just like, whoa, so sweet, so sweet. Big win for Arsenal at the Sanchez PS1. Gab, are you still going to question Gabriel Jesus now? Come on.
I am going to question him as a center forward, but...
That turn on the first goal is
when he does that. You said the turn on the first goal, the timing as well, because obviously, Martinelli runs through the middle. We still got to get the timing right. The second goal, again, tremendous finish. It's not something a center forward does, so it's something a good winger does, which is what Gabriel Jesus, to me, really is. But no, he played really. But more importantly, Arsenal played well. Like I said, I don't think Arsenal played well at all at Chelsea. I know some people argued, the fight back, blah, blah, blah. No, but they came back. They made a statement. He stuck with Jorginho also because I guess Partey picked up an injury. I thought he delivered. I thought Sevilla played well. I thought they were really, really tough out. Pushed for the equalizer towards the end. Had a couple chances. I liked seeing Ramos do a Superman act. But a big win, an impressive performance, I think, for Arteta.
I agree.
How about more love for La Real and Bryce Mendes, Jules? Big win away to Benfica, who have lost every game thus far and failed to score.
Yeah, really worrying from Benfica point of view. Quarter-finalists last season and really struggling this season. And for La Real, we've said many times what an amazing work Emmanuel has been doing there, how well they play, all those talented left-footed players from Oyarzabal to Kubo.
They almost seem more suited to the Champions League than they do for La Liga, to be honest.
Yeah,
true. They've been phenomenal.
The only 2 games they've lost this season is Atletico Madrid away and Real Madrid away. Yeah. That's it. And at Real Madrid away, they took the lead too. So really, really well done to them. Napoli are in good shape too, Gab, because they also have 3 wins in 3. And Jack Raspadori gave them the 3 points away at Union Berlin, who have now lost 9 in a row in all competitions.
Yes. So, on the Union Berlin piece, I'm just going to say this. I wrote a column about it.
Yeah.
Read it. I don't think there's ever been a Champions League. I haven't checked, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say no Champions League team in history has ever lost 9 games in a row.
The season they went to the final. They
lost 9 defeats in a row.
Sorry. I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So, but it's an amazing story. Napoli, look, I think this is more breathing room for Rudy Garcia. He can get to work. I thought the other guys stepped up, which is what we, he's missing Zamba Anguissa, which is a big loss in terms of physicality in the middle of the park. But I think he's churning out the results, and that's what he needs now. Celtic and Atletico Madrid battled to a 2-2 draw at Parkhead. Jules, this one was old school and got a bit tasty at the end, as you like to say up there.
And there was all that build-up about, obviously, Atletico Madrid wore a shirt in tribute, let's put it that way, to the 1974 semi-final that they played in the European Cup at the time against Celtic, where they won't qualify for the final, but they won by kicking the hell out of the Celtic jocks team.
11 players got booked.
Everybody got a yellow card. They had 3 sending off, 3 red cards, and everybody had a yellow. So there was a bit of like that tension before, and Celtic played so well. Brendan Rodgers can be really proud of his players. In the end, it's only a draw for them. For Atletico Madrid, they lost. Rodrigo de Paul was sent off for 2 yellow cards, and I think that was the right call. But for Celtic, you must have a bit of regret because you played so well, and yet it was still not enough to be.
Did Celtic deserve more?
I think so.
I think so too.
Inter get it done against Salzburg with our old pal Alexis Sanchez scoring the opener at 37 years of age. Gab, a contrast in styles.
Yes, because Salzburg have all these little young guys running around and playing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. But you know what? There's something to be said for pragmatism. There's something to be said for having old heads. Inter can play different ways as well. And I thought Inter deserved it. I thought they were in control.
Yeah,
and by the way, shout out this Oscar Gluck guy.
Yeah, amazing.
He looks like a player and a half.
Yeah, he was very good with Israel at the Euros under 19.
Before somebody comes out and says, "Oh, look, the Academy of Salzburg," we have a question on this later. Let's be clear on this. What they do is they do a great job of scouting and hoovering up 16-year-olds, the most talented 16-year-olds around, and putting them in Salzburg where they play a bunch of Muppets every week and inflate their statistics and stuff like that. And look, it works really, really well for them.
Yeah, that model is
But
great.
it's not like oh, look, it's not like Oscar Gluck is from the Prater district in Vienna.
No, because
and they've raised him locally. Yeah,
he isn't, but he's got a great future ahead of him.
He does. Leipzig roll all over Red Star Belgrade 3-1. But Jules, I'm still swooning over at Xavi Simons. I bet you're excited that he's a PSG player.
Absolutely, Gab. He's one of ours. He's on loan with no obligation, no option to buy.
So when Mbappe leaves in the summer, there you go.
Yeah, that creativity we were mentioning, even from a bit deeper, maybe for him, amazing goal. He's having an amazing season so far. So well done. Feyenoord and Arne Slot beat up Lazio 3-1. Gab, is he the best bold Dutch manager out there right now?
By a million bazillion miles. Lazio were absolutely. So Lazio were terrible in this game. Sorry, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about Lazio because Manchester Sociedad, you built a certain type of reputation for playing a certain way, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, this is great. This is going to be an open game, pressing, possession, quality, Luis Alberto. This is going to be exciting. Instead, Feyenoord, I thought, absolutely played them off the park. And honestly, Santi Jimenez up front.
Yeah,
that's a player and a half. That goal that he scored, the way
he's so
way he
strong
turned,
and skillful. He's got everything.
I am wondering, are Feyenoord the best team outside the big 5 leagues?
100%.
You think so? You put them ahead of Porto and
all the Portuguese team, the Belgian teams ahead of PSV, who are ahead of them in the league at the moment.
But they shouldn't be.
They're so
No.
good.
Keep an eye out. Arne Slot. There's a reason everybody wanted you. I'm glad you stayed. Eli scores a phenomenal goal. But Lons are held at home by PSV Eindhoven. Big missed opportunity for your buddy Joseph Uguyan, Jules. Or Joseph?
Yes, it is. I mean,
Joey.
Missed opportunity. I mean, PSV are a good team, and certainly they played not like a Peter Bosch team on Tuesday night, which I was surprised. I expected them.
Who, by the way, is part of our selection of Dutch bald managers.
Exactly.
Right? But I don't think he's in the. Peter Bosch isn't in the top 10.
Definitely not. No. Definitely not. And for the third time in a row, and for the third time in this competition, Lens go behind. But they come back again. They did it at Sevilla, they did it at home against Arsenal and won the game. And they did it again on Tuesday. It was only a draw, but you're right. The Eliwai kind of ninja volley was just brilliant. Paris born and bred, of course, Eliwai. A good group. They've got 5 points. They're still right there. They had 2 of their 3 games at home, so obviously they would have 2 away games in the second half of the group stage. But still very positive.
I'd feel better if they had 7 points.
I know, but still. Porto go goal down away at Antwerp, but then storm back to win 4-1 as Van Nilsson comes off the bench to score a hat-trick.
Yeah, it took him a while to get going, and it's been obviously. I really felt for Sergio Costa. I love seeing him give that team talk to his players. He's had a lot of ups and downs. I don't think this team. You're so used to Porto, just kind of just being sort of this assembly line of players, but they've lost a lot of players. Otavio as well. Nobody talks about him. Now they talk about him even less because he went to Saudi Arabia. But how about Evan Nielsen? Now, so he came on towards the end of the first half when Wendell had to come off, and he scores a hat trick. And 2 of those 3 goals I think are pretty exceptional.
So good.
This is a guy, but he's
The
24
third one
years old. He
especially.
scored 2 goals all season.
Yeah.
He's in and out of the lineup. Nobody gets excited over Evan Nielsen. And then he has a game like this.
It's the first Porto player to score a hat-trick in the Champions League since Brahimi in 2014. So not even for Porto, it happens every day. It's remarkable.
Tremendous.